Those who were present this morning in the meditation hour, I just explained what is meant by meditation. The meditation, in 2 words, is to direct your attention, which is the outward expression of soul, from all outside and from all the body below. Take it to the seat of the soul in the body, which is at the back of the eyes. Just the process of death. Man, when dying, he does not recognize anybody. His attention is withdrawn from outside. And further, the lower body is benumbed and the attention is upward until the eyes are upward, to the back of the eyes. So that was practical sitting was given, and most of you people did know that you are not the body, and you also did open the inner eye, single eye, to see one phase of God into expression, which is light. God is light. The symbols of which we use in our meditations, in our temples, in the outer ways of worship. Now, each kernel has its own casing. This attention was the outward expression of the soul, which is at the seat at the back of the eyes. So it was a casing which you are carrying. This is called man body. So God made man, this outer casing, with equal privileges, all born the same way, all have got the outer form the same, 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 ears, mouth, inner constitution also the same. So man has got heart, lungs, stomach. Every day morning, municipality takes out the filth of the body. No high, no low. So you'll find, so man has 3 aspects. It has the physical body, it has intellect, and it is conscious entity. Physically, we advance wonderfully. We know how the body is made, how it can be kept fit, how the disease arise, how those can be remedied. We have got so many patches for that. Ayurvedic is the oldest. Unani system which comes next. Then allopathy, naturopathy, homeopathy. There are so many systems which help us to keep our body fit. We have got intellect. We have dwelt also intellectually wonderfully. That is before you all. We can go around the world in hours. We have reached the moon and other planets we are trying. We can hear from thousands of miles through the radio. We can also see through television, through speaking. So with all these intellectual advancements and the physical advancements, we are not happy. The reason why we have known little or practically nothing about our own self, which is conscious entity, the outward expression of which is attention, as I explained to you this morning. So masters come, they say, God is spirit, and the spirit of God is in man. So, what is spirituality? That I have to put before you now. Spirituality is knowing oneself and knowing God. Man body is a wonderful house we live in which there are so many apertures. With all these apertures open, we cannot run away out of it. Body works so long as we are in the body, and we are in the body controlled by some power which keeps us in the body. So man body is considered to be the highest in all creation. Next to God, angels were asked to bow down before the man body when it was built. So we are drops of the ocean of all consciousness, but with all that we also have the same essence as that of God, and that God whom we can have to meet is also within this man body. With so much privilege, we are not happy. The reason why our soul, the outward expression of which is identified with the body, outgoing faculties and enjoyment. So much so that we have forgotten ourselves. Body is made of matter and world is also made of matter. Soul is eternal, but the body which is wearing and which is working is changing every moment of life. And the world outside also is changing at the same speed at which our body is changing. As we are identified with the body and with the world outside, this all appears to be stationary, which is optical illusion. If you like to bring home this point, take example of a boat in which few men are rowing down the stream. Boat is rowing down the stream, the speed of the water and the speed of the boat is the same. And those who are sitting in the body, they are also flowing on the same road. They enjoy it. They look to the water, it appears to be stationary, and boat also stationary. If for a while they look to the shore of the river, oh, sir, we are going down the stream. So this illusion, optical illusion, we have to come out of that. Only we will see the world in its right perspective. World is changing. Those who came, kings or the poor, happy or the unhappy, all who came to the body, they after all left the body. But under great illusion, when they came to know at the time of death that now we are leaving the body. This body is the first companion that we have with us when entering the world. But when we go, this body does not accompany us. And all those things which have come in our connection, how can they go? Those who they are out of this illusion, they tell us the world is passing, time and tide waits for no man. The day is arriving when you will have to leave the body. So we have been identified with the world outside so much so that we have forgotten ourselves. Now the only remedy is we should know how to leave the body at will. The masters who solved the mystery of life, they gave out, man, know thyself, who you are, what you are. You are not the body, you are having the body. You are not the intellect, but you have the intellect. You are not the outgoing faculty, but you have them for you. And you are conscious entities, conscious being. How to know that? How to come out of this grand illusion? For that this morning was submitted to you how the soul, the outward expression is attention, can be withdrawn from outside and take up about the body consciousness, and you would have found there that you are not the body. And further peep, you head into the beyond, and most of you did see light of God. Of the lower scale, of course, So how to come out of this delusion is by self-analysis, not by feelings or emotions or drawing inferences. They're all subject to error. Seeing is above all. So all this, what it appears to be, is all illusory. It's changing like anything. And we come to know about it when we really rise above body consciousness. So this is what men have, you see. Then what is spirituality? I have just placed before you. Spirituality, God is spirit, and spirit of God is in man. God is all consciousness, and we are drafts of the ocean of that consciousness, environed by mind and matter. As I submitted just now, our soul is under the control of mind, mind is under the control of outgoing faculties, and outgoing faculties are dragged like anything but the outer enjoyments. We are identified with it, we cannot differentiate. In theory we might, intellectually we might infer. Really we cannot see it is right perspective unless we ourselves rise above body consciousness, the demonstration of which was given to you at the time. So spirituality is knowing who you are, what you are. What is your connection with the body? How long will it continue? After all, each man has to leave the body. Now what be our fate beyond? So this rising above body consciousness, withdrawing our attention from outside and from the body below, rise up to come in contact with the Spirit of God, God into expression power. This it truly means spirituality. So spirituality is no spiritism. Spiritism to be in contact with the lower groveling spirits which have left the body. And it is no spiritualism. It is only come in contact with those souls who go a bit higher in the other world. You contact them through planchets and other things to get their messages. But they cannot give you messages more than they have attained already. They are no wiser than when they left the body. So that is not spirituality. And hypnotism also no spirituality. And mesmerism also. The people think the other way. So spirituality means self-analysis practically. A way out from the physical body into the beyond. How to do it? How can we separate our body from the entanglements of the outgoing faculties and attachment of the out of the world and the body below? This is, strictly speaking, spirituality. Now, I am coming to the casing side. Man has got bodies, physical bodies. Masters who came, they solved, they analyzed the man body, what it is composed of. Ultimately they come to know what is that driving force which is carrying along the body. And that we are. We are controlling the faculty of the man body with its different departments of seeing, hearing, taste, smell and touch. So it is we on account of us that this body is working. When we withdraw, the body remains intact as it is, whole machinery intact, but the driver is gone. And there is one thing more. We are also controlling the body. We cannot leave the body, although there are so many holes open. So masters come to give us a demonstration as to how to rise above body consciousness. And this process of leaving the physical body, rising into the beyond, coming in contact with that all controlling power is, strictly speaking, spirituality, what is called. So God, let us come over to the outer casing of it. God made man, as I told you, with the same privilege from God, no high, no low. And the masters who solved the mystery of life, whosoever met them, they were also succeeded in solving the mystery of knowledge himself. To know thyself, it is the first step. All masters, whether they came in the east or the west, all said so. Greek philosophers told the same thing in their Greek language. Gnoti theaton. Latin philosophers get in Latin, nasi tiptum. Persian philosophers also said in Persian language, of course, the ultimate goal of all knowledge is to know God. And to know God, who can know God? God cannot be known by the outgoing faculties, mind or intellect. So, it is our own self, which is conscious entity, when it is liberated from the entanglements of mind and outgoing faculties by rising above it, only then we can know the ourself which is controlling us in the body. Like knows the like. So, when the master left the scene to keep their teachings alive, these religions, social bodies what they are, came into existence. The purpose was very noble, that most of the people may derive benefit by joining those schools of thought, the labels of which we are now carrying. You see, as man, we are man. Later on, whatever labels we are carrying on the body, we are called by that. Some Hindus, some Mohammedans, some Christians, some Sikhs, some Jews, like that. If you look at a small child who is 2-3 years old, not more than that, if you ask him who you are, he opens his eyes, opens his mouth. He feels something conscious here. As he grows old, outer impressions he has. Then he says, who you are? He says, I am Mr. John, I am Mr. Khan, I am Mr. Singh, I am such and such. Whenever more further impressions come into himself, then he says, I am a Christian, I am a Hindu, I am a Mohammedan. You see? I am an Indian, I am a Russian, I am American. Just see how far he has receded from the consciousness which a little child has. So it is the consciousness that we are. We are conscious entities, and that to be withdrawn from all outside and know ourselves so that we can run the machinery of the man body in outside world whenever we like. If not, we can withdraw from there. So such men, their bodies appear to be in the world, but their souls are in mouthpiece of God, contact with God. Their bodies appear to be entangled in the worldly affairs day and night, but whenever they want, they rise above body consciousness and travel into the beyond. That's the difference. As I told you this morning, with the average man and the one who has succeeded that way is vast difference. We are at the mercy of the outgoing faculties and enjoyment. We are dragged like anything, whether we wish it or not. But one who has, with the grace of some adept in the body, he has given him a demonstration as to how to rise above body consciousness. He rises above the outgoing faculty. The seat of the soul is at the back of the eyes. And all outgoing faculties have their place below: ears, eyes, nose, down. These 5 dacoits, lust, anger, greed, taste and touch, They have got their centers to work. Lust attacks from the eyes, through the eyes. Anger has a boost when you hear. Taste through the tongue and smell through the nose. So those who have just competent to have the seat there at the back of this body, at the back of the eyes, he is competent to use any out, in fact, at his will and pleasure. So this is what the difference between the average man and the other man. So religions, I told you, that were raised with a very noble purpose so that many people may derive benefits therefrom by joining it. So long as they are practical people, people derive the full benefit of that. For want of them, the same formations raised with noble purpose stagnated. Further deterioration came up. Masters, they come from time to time when they see this plight of the world, they say, dear children, know that who you are. Again they revive that very truth, which is the basic teachings of all masters, and they bring home these things to them. Now soul, as I told you, is of the same essence as that of God. God is all consciousness and soul is conscious entity. So physically, you see, we are all one, with equal preachers from God. As soul, we are also of the same essence as that of God. We are all children of God. We are all brothers and sisters in God. And the power that we worship as God, has got by so many names, is the same which is controlling all universe and controlling us in the body too. So as man, as soul, as whom we worship, we are all already one. The unity exists, but we have forgotten. There are thousands, limitless people praying God, bearing different labels, man body. But to whom they bow down? To God, who is the controlling power of all creation. First they have to know themselves. So like archers, you see, there are many archers, but the target is the same always. Whether you have the outer labels of one religion or the other that show in which particular school of thought you are taken up to solve the mystery of life. This is basic teachings given by all masters in their own language, of course. That school is better, is appreciated, from which many students come out successful. Not that whose buildings are very grand, whose playing grounds are very beautiful, whose dresses and students are very magnificent, but where from many turn out get highest degrees. So as I told you, all this plight came up for want of practical people. So masters always tell us what they bring us. They say first of all that there is a maker of all this universe. He also made your body in the womb of the mother. So masters say the same thing. They say love God and all those whom God has created. So all scriptures, when you see, look through them, they enjoin this thing. God is love and love is God. Tenth Guru says, hear ye all, lend me your ears, I tell you the truth. Whether you bear the labels of one school or the other, way back to God is also through love. God is love and love is innate in our souls. Now, instead of that love had a boost by coming in contact with all love, which is controlling us in the body, that's been attached to the outside things, which is termed attachment. Love knows giving, and attachment means squeezing, dragging something, usurping something for one's own self. Vast difference between the two. So they bring the religion of love. Kabir also, all masters I say, Kabir says, well, love thy man body is the only golden opportunity in which you can love God. How? When you are brought in contact with God, which is controlling you in the body, the outer expression of which is light and sound. So if someone, we have got love for the world, which is called attachment, that's the reason we go where we are most attached. In man body, we could have contacted God within us, which is all love. Had that become the ruling passion, then naturally after that we would have gone to the lap of the Father. The reason of our coming again and again, ever since we were separated from God, we have not yet been successful to go back to our home. So all masters tell us like that. All those who are on the spiritual way, St. Paul said, what you should serve one another with love. Lay Saint, one who serves his fellow man, he is the true lover of God. You see? So one and all, you see, Taylor said, he, in his poem, he prayeth best who loveth best. St. John also says, he that loveth not God, loveth not, knoweth not God. One and all. Bible says so, love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself. So all masters who came before, that man, God also resides, that's the controlling power, keeping us in the body, and we also, the children of God, in the same body. If we torment anybody, how can we know God? We want to meet God. But the love, God residing in man's bodies and his children residing also there, you are tormenting them. You are squeezing their blood. How can God be met with you? So Farid says, torment not anybody if you care to love God, to see God, to meet God.